For Kenda, we're good.
Okay, perfect. All right, good morning, everybody. We are at Eggs and Issues. It is February already. I'm Kenda on behalf of the Orange Chamber of Commerce and Visitors Bureau. Good morning. So glad to have everyone. Before we dive in, a couple mentions. We have a couple special people in the room. The Honorable Mayor Dan Slater. And we also have the Honorable Kathy Tableras.
Yes,
Do I have anyone else from the city that I missed? Okay.
you are a wonderful city clerk.
Oh, my goodness. Oh,
Fantastic. Join me up here.
All right, so one thing I want to ask is, who attended the Orange County, or the Orange Chamber Foundation's Duke of Orange this past weekend? Have you recovered? Because that was so much fun. Unfortunately, our Duke is now Cameron Pate. Not unfortunately, but Cameron cannot attend today, so we'd really like to introduce him, have him come say a quick hello, but he is off doing work and a retreat. So Cameron, congratulations if you're watching us. We can't wait to welcome you perhaps next time. But it was a fun night for everybody. Yeah. So with that, I would love to introduce this morning's guest. We have the City of Orange City Manager, Jarad Hildenbrand. So Jarad, I love to tell everyone about our guest and some of our leisure bio if you don't mind.
No problem.
Okay. Jarad Hildenbrand currently serves as City Manager for the City of Orange, bringing more than 20 years of executive municipal leadership experience across multiple Orange County cities. Appointed in August 2025, Jarad previously served as City Manager for Laguna Hills, Stanton, La Habra Heights, and Villa Park when he began his tenure. Throughout his career, Jarad has built a reputation for steady leadership, fiscal discipline, and strategic vision. He has led complex land use initiatives, strengthened long-term financial planning, advanced economic development efforts, and prioritized infrastructure investment and community revitalization. Known for balancing innovation with sound governance, he works closely with city councils, staff, and regional partners to deliver practical solutions that enhance quality of life for residents and businesses. Jarad is deeply committed to organizational culture and team development, focused on accountability, collaboration, and service excellence. A graduate of California State University Fullerton and California State University of Long Beach, Jarad is an active member of the California City Management Foundation and serves as past president of the Orange County City Managers Association. A proud Orange native and Spartan. Go Spartans! A proud Orange native and Spartan. Jarad and his wife Jessica have 3 children. Outside of work, he enjoys coaching, youth sports, and spending time outdoors with his family. Jarad, welcome again to Eggs and Issues. Well, how does it feel to have such a short commute to work now? You're like right here.
No, born and raised here. My parents still live in the house that I grew up in.
Okay.
My first house that I purchased was in the city of Orange, out in East Orange near Peters Canyon, and I absolutely loved it. It was a 1-bedroom condo. Then I got married, we started having kids. Quickly grew out of a 1-bedroom condo. And as any good husband would do, we moved closer to my mother-in-law. So that my house about 7 days a week. She's probably there right now. So I currently reside in Long Beach, the Long Beach area in City Lakewood. But the commute is perfect. It's 20 minutes down the 22 freeway. And frankly, that's probably 20 minutes down Chapman Avenue as well, right? So what we want to work on is traffic signal synchronization. But no, I am honestly so glad to be here.
Awesome. Well, we're so glad to have you. Sorry it took us long to get you in. It's one of those things we wanted to get you in earlier, but
I appreciate it, right? More seat time, better understanding of the community and the ins and outs of the organization.
Okay.
Happy to be here.
well, coming into it, what would you say some of your biggest priorities have been?
Biggest priorities, right, is getting to know the staff, getting to know the city council, understanding what their strategic vision is of the community, and then getting to know the community in and of itself, right? Born and raised here, I love this town more than anything. Orange is wonderful. Oftentimes we just think of Orange as the plaza, right, and as a bowl town. But there's so much more to Orange. You have the north side of town. You the west side of town. But I still call it the block. I know it's the outlets. Right? I was a little kid running around there, causing trouble. But there's just so much to town. So I'm really trying to get to know the chamber, the community groups, the foundation, OPA, OTPA. There's so many acronyms, right? A lot of it is just listening, going on that listening tour, figuring out what the problems are. And my simple question I ask everybody is, how can I help? I'm here to help. I'm here to make the city function better and your life easier as generally speaking, small business owners here.
Okay, we'd love to hear it. One of the things I've heard you say about Old Town is you've called it the city's front porch. What role do you feel that plays in Orange's broader economic health?
Well, Old Town Orange is absolutely our front door, right? It's our front porch. It is probably what we are best known for.
Sure.
Largest historic district in California. It is phenomenal. It is an economic engine and driver of the city. We don't like seeing vacancies there. We understand vacancies are there, but we don't like it, right? One thing that we're rolling out right now, we've heard from some of the business owners, is paid parking. Paid parking went live here in February. And the misconception is that paid parking was for revenue generation. I can tell you it's not for revenue generation. That helps. But we have a lot of 8 to 5, a lot of 9 to 5 businesses that were in Old Town who are taking some of the front row premium parking spaces right now. So we heard from the downtown merchants, we heard from some of the businesses, and they want that turnover. So we rolled it out. I walk it almost every single day, and I think it's working. I think it's working wonderfully. Now there's some tweaks that we need to make to it, and that's okay. But as you drive around the plaza, you drive around the circle, you look at some lots, there are some open parking spaces. That's great. Open parking spaces are more turnover from the retail customers. That said, being our front porch, right, we want to keep our front porch nice and clean and tidy as well. So we will be looking at ways that we can reinvest some of the downtown revenue, or Old Town revenue, excuse me, back into Old Town. There's actually an item on the agenda tonight to reinstate sidewalk lane in Old Town, which I think is absolutely needed. As folks show up to town, we want to show up to, you know, cleanliness. Otherwise, it's that broken windows theory, right?
Right.
And that's the point.
Now, as far as the parking, so I've also walked it since we implemented that, was it last week or a
Early February.
couple weeks ago. So normally I had started parking further back just because there's not any spots. I noticed the last couple of times I tried to park right in the Circle Plaza area. I was able to find spots right away from the chamber office, at a Herb Cafe, and that was really nice to kind of just come, get what I needed, and leave. Now that it's kind of settled in for a few weeks, have we noticed people really liking it, or what have you noticed as you're walking around what you've heard?
You know, I've heard good things. I've heard good things from, again, a lot of the merchants. They're saying it's working, right? And that's what we want to hear. Some of the gripes and some of the complaints that we're hearing are from some of those businesses, right? Who now have to utilize some of the free lots that we have. I want to make it clear, we have over 1,000 free parking spaces still in Old Town. If you are a business with an 8 to 5 and you're there for 8, 9, 10 hours a day, please utilize the Lemon Street parking garage. Please utilize one of those free lots. I understand you might have to walk a block or two, but think of the bigger picture. I mean, it helps really those businesses that
Right.
So I think it's going really well. Our revenue projections are meeting their goals. We need approximately $1,400 a day to cover our expenses. We're hoping for about $3,200 a day, and for the first couple weeks, we're seeing right around $2,900 a day on average, which I think is working magically and beautifully. Right? Again, that's revenue that we can again go reinvest in Old Town to just make it that much better.
Very nice. Okay, well, thank you for sharing that. You mentioned some open storefronts, open spaces, and so I know one of your priorities has been retention. What do we have in store as far as like attracting and then retaining those businesses?
Great question, right? Economic development starts with retention. Again, I don't like to see vacant spaces.
Right.
So we've been holding a lot of meetings with property owners and with potential developers that are coming to town. I want to hear from each, right? What do you need from the city where we can retain you, where we can help? What is going to keep you here? Is it the parking situation, right? Is it trying to get more customers to the front door? That's more of a marketing approach. from some of the new businesses. I meet at least every 2 weeks with a new developer. I will take them on tours of Orange, not specifically Old Town, but Orange as a whole. As we're setting up some of these meetings, I try to understand from them who are they, what type of business, is it commercial, is it industrial, and then what their parameters are for properties that they seek. Is there a square footage requirement? Are you a 10,000 square foot lot, or do you need, a Costco size? They're looking about 20,000 square feet. It starts just like this with an honest conversation, either in my office or over lunch or at coffee. We try to understand their needs, and then what are the roadblocks from the city, right? Time is money to some of the developers. If they come into City Hall and it takes us months to process permits or entitlements, well, guess what? That business is going to the city right next door who might process their permits and entitlements in weeks. So we are constantly looking at our land use table, our zoning code, and even our processes and our flow charts internally, how we might be able to expedite these permits in a timely fashion. I want to be more predictable as a city. So high hopes. It's part of my job right now. I'm excited to announce that we are hiring a new senior administrative analyst. I think that's the title. Who begins on March 9th, and this will be their key focus.
Okay.
Coming from an adjacent city, understands economic development a little more than I do, and can truly dedicate 40 hours a week, if not more, to helping businesses here in town.
That's exciting. Very exciting.
Very exciting news. I'm really excited.
I love that. We're looking forward to seeing them as well. So let's talk about one of the biggest challenges we know we're headed.
Oh, yeah.
One of our biggest challenges is the budget. And I know at City Council meeting, the last meeting on the 10th, I believe it was, that was a larger topic as far as, perhaps having an ad hoc committee or how that would be discussed. What are we looking for? What are you looking toward as we head toward the budgeting season?
I love numbers and I love budgeting. Last week I just concluded meetings with each department. The department head was there and their team was there. We asked them for their wish list, right? In order to make you succeed and function better as a department, what do you need? My job isn't to do their job. My job is to provide them with the tools and the resources so they can do their job effectively and efficiently. So they gathered all the documents. They submitted to finance. I met with, again, each department. We spent well over an hour or two talking about their budget needs. March 24th, we are planning for, please everybody come out, our first budget study session with the City Council. We're going to open up this budget and we're going to be very transparent about it with what our needs are. Now again, everybody understands it. I have this conversation with my 7-year-old all the time, right? Needs versus wants. So we really have to pare down what our needs and what our wants are. Again, the budget has to tie with council's strategic plans and priorities as well. We really want to make sure that we're accomplishing our long-term vision. I don't want to be coy about it. Our budget is extremely painful and very difficult right now. Costs of small businesses, you probably understand it better than anybody. The cost for services are going up. The cost to retain and keep employees are going up. The revenues just aren't there, unfortunately. Our major funding sources now as a city are our property and our sales tax. 70% of that goes to public safety, police and fire, which it should, right? I am a big proponent. I think we have the best fire department. I know we have the best fire department, and I know we have the best police department in the state of California, if not nationally. They're phenomenal. OPD and OFD are what make Orange, bar none. So we should fund public safety. Again, it's going to be a struggle for us. We will get through it. Orange has grit. Why I love this town. But we really do need to look at our revenue sources as well, right? Economic development is a revenue source, but that's extremely slow. If we approve a project today, they got to go through the entitlement process. They have to go through the permitting process, and then there's the construction process. We might receive revenue 2 years, 3 years down the line, which is great in a sustainable long-term play, but it doesn't fix our immediate needs today. City Council, through a Thornton report, had a user fee study. So we just went through a user fee cost allocation plan. We should be looking at about 100% cost recovery, which is great, right? As homeowners come in and want to pull permits from their house, they should be paying for those permit fees, not the businesses of Orange, not the greater population of all 140,000 that we have. So we are looking at every single funding source that's out there. And again, I mean, sales tax has been mentioned. It's a policy call from the city council. We don't know, they haven't made a decision yet. We have until July. They have until July to make that decision. It's an option. And those options will be presented to the city council, and it will be discussed in a very transparent and public process that everybody can take part in. But the budget is going to be a struggle for us.
Okay. How can the public and the business community productively take part in that? I know attending is one thing, but is there anything else they can do to prepare, or types of questions that they can ask, or wants versus needs?
Wonderful question, right? We want to hear from the business community. What are your wants? What are your needs? To me, business community might be some incentive programs that we have. I'm a firm believer in infrastructure investments as well. What I mean by that are going to be our streets, our parks, our roadway, our lighting, our traffic signal, our street signs. As folks, let's just say they exit the 55 freeway, they get off Catella, what is their first impression of Orange? Is it a clean impression? Is it, a dirty impression of Orange? As you're driving down the street, coming to your business here at Orange Cafe, thank you for having us, by the way. What do you see? Are you driving on potholes? Well, if that customer is driving on potholes, they probably don't have a good perception of Orange, right? We need to roll out the welcome mat. So that's what I mean by investing in our infrastructure for the business community. Roll out the welcome mat. I think that kind of went on a tangent.
That's okay.
But how can you participate? Show up to the meeting, right? Show up to the meetings, read through our budget, ask questions of me. I'm very open with my cell phone number and my business card. I will happily answer anything that you have. Finance department just recently released what we call an Open Gov portal. It is our budget, and you can click through every revenue and every expenditure that we have, and you can actually drill down into some of these details, right? If you go to the finance division, you see there's $650,000 in there. Well, what does that mean? Right? You don't know. So as you click on these various hyperlinks, it will drill down into the details. We need, X dollars for an audit this year. That's an absolute critical need, right? Every year we need to be auditing our books. We hope for clean audits. We had a clean audit this year. Happy to report that. But I would encourage everybody to do your homework on the budget. And if you have any questions, shoot them my way.
Perfect. That might be a good time to see if anybody has any questions.
What time is that meeting?
March 24th, beginning at 6 p.m. will be the first budget study session. The first meeting in April, I don't know the date, forgive me, is going to be a budget study session focused on our capital improvement plan and program here at the city. And then from there, if the city council decides to hold additional budget study sessions, they're more than welcome to, and they will be scheduled accordingly.
Any other questions?
Current status of OC Vibe and or timeline, if any.
Right, so OC Vibe is just across the river in the city of Anaheim. Our economic development, we own the river, we own across the street. There's a lot of good grants that we have in play right now to improve the aesthetics of the river and on our side of our parkland. I think that is ripe for opportunity for economic development right now. Now, I don't want to have a project that competes with OC Vibe. We need to complement the OC Vibe. So there's a website, Orange Yards, I believe it is right now, .com. We went through a visioning plan. What does that area look like? We're looking at an innovation district over there. We work with Chapman University and some of our local, even community colleges. What I envision is, again, an innovation district. Are there sort of incubator hubs where we can grow small businesses? How can we help? What are you looking for? The mayor and Councilmember Cataleras and I were on a tour, I think a couple Fridays ago. Marian's wonderful business here in town has this ghost kitchen sort of concept. It's an incubator. Can we, LA Seed is one, LA has a pretty good example. can we build a warehouse for ghost kitchens there, right? Small businesses looking to get their start. I hope they grow out of this ghost kitchen concept, because that means they make it. And
Right.
hopefully that ghost kitchen ends up on Tustin and Patella, and we keep them here at home. There's a lot of opportunity for West Orange right now. Again, it's meeting with the developer community. I show them that visioning map. We show them some parcels on LoopNet and CoStar that are available, and it just takes one. And we're getting close. There's a lot of interest on the west side of town, so timeline, fortunately it's out of our control. We don't own the property over there, but we are meeting with the property owners and the business community every single week, trying to get some shovels in the ground.
Okay, that actually, before I get to you, Pat, I wanted to, since we're talking about development, let's talk about Beats and Pine.
Absolutely.
Yeah, if you don't mind.
That was my question.
That was your question?
Wonderful question. Great point. No, so this is the Meets to Heim specific plan. You'll know that I know it as the Orange Mall growing up. That's
Yes.
would take my money to go play in the arcade down there as a little kid. So there's no secret, right? It's a blighted area. You drive by, JCPenney's is demolished right now. Walmart needs some help. We have shipping containers in the front parking lot. Panda Mart on, what would that be, the south side, the west side? I don't know if they're gonna open, I don't know if they're not. They're in permitting phase with community development right now. But we wanna hear from the community. Think a blank canvas. What does the community wanna see at the Meets to Heim neighborhood block, right, between Canal and Tustin? So we have an open house this weekend on the 26th. I don't know the time. I
6 o'clock.
apologize, 6 o'clock.
At St. Paul's.
We've invited the community out to a workshop. It's gonna be an open house format. We're gonna have pictures, we're gonna have renderings. What sort of public spaces does the community want to see? Do you want amenities for children, amenities for adults, or their parks, or their sports fields? We really and truly wanna hear from the community and from the area, what's your vision from the site? From there, we will develop a specific plan which sets the vision, and it sets, again, the predictability for the developers and the builders of what they can expect through future zoning amendments and codes for that site. I envision it as, I think there's 70 to 80 acres over there, 3 property owners, which is challenging. But I envision that as, again, just ripe for opportunity for revitalization. And that can also alleviate some of the pressure and burden here off of Old Town as well.
Great.
So I'm very hopeful for it. It's about an 18-month process. There's ways we can speed it up if everybody's aligned and the community's aligned. But we're looking at concluding this vision plan. Again, this is step one, the first phase of it, around February, March, April of 2027. So it's going to be a process, and a process that we very much want the public involved in.
Okay. Do we see any challenges, I guess any hurdles that we have to overcome for that site specifically, or?
Always, right? It's a challenge. We have 3 property owners out there, and do the 3 property owners share the same vision? Does the community and the greater community and the neighbors share the same vision for the site? Trust me, I would love another 1 million square feet of retail and of malls. Unfortunately, we're just not seeing that happen in today's market. Most everything entitled has some sort of mixed use component to it. Now, mixed use isn't a scary word. It's not residential. It's not high density apartments. Mixed use could be some business uses that are over there. Mixed use could be a number of things. So I don't see it being all retail. I'm being, brutally honest with it. It will be a mixed use development, but one that is predictable, and one that is the community of Orange helped us vision and helped us design. Now, are we going to make everybody happy? No, we never do, right? We try to do the greatest number for the greatest good.
Yeah.
And that's what we're looking for with the Meets to Heim specific.
Okay, so that's on Thursdays. You want your voice heard, especially these early stages. That's going to be on Thursday night at 6 o'clock. So exciting. I'm sorry, Pat, I took the question.
Perfectly okay.
Any other questions for now? Quite a few more.
All right.
Let's see where we're at.
Let me off easy.
What are you doing, Lisa? Okay. Fun question. What is your favorite pastime
Ooh.
Supposed to be
Is
easy.
OPD here? Obviously, as a little kid, we would always go over to the Sully Miller property. Everybody knows what
Yes.
it is.
Oh, yeah.
In Santiago Creek. And we would fish in the Chandler pit, in the Bonds pit. We would just go Tom Sawyer it up in Santiago Creek. And that is honestly one of my favorite pastimes here at Orange. Fond memories, right?
Right.
Orange is a wonderful place to raise your family, and it's because of that. 5 years from now, we heard from Councilman John Gillenhammer. He wants Orange to be known as the best place to raise a family, and I think that's something everybody can get behind. It is 100% achievable.
Yeah.
So, great memory is probably trespassing on land that was living in Santiago Creek as a kid.
That's exciting. Everyone's done it, I'm sure.
Oh yeah. Oh, yeah.
So we talked about development and redevelopment. We definitely want to keep our charm. So how do you plan to balance like preservation with that development?
Orange again has the largest historic district, and we have some iconic tracks as well. I am pleased to report when I first got to the city, we started working and even hired a consultant to help us with a historic preservation ordinance. Why the city didn't have one many years ago, given the size of our district, baffles me, to be honest with you. But this city council took courage. They made the right decision and approved a consultant agreement with Chad, who's probably one of the most well-known historic preservation consultants. We're working through that right now, meeting with the historic preservation associations, OTPA, OLA, some of the Eichler folks, and we're going to craft a historic preservation ordinance that fits with this community. We are on track. We have several kickoff meetings and several meetings right now. I expect this ordinance to come back before the city council probably midsummer. I'm going to plan a May, June, July timeframe on that, and I think that is absolutely appropriate. That will set, depending on what that what decision looks like and what's baked into the ordinance, historic preservation commission, right? Much like traffic commission or the planning commission, we will have a commission who balances the needs of historic preservation. Part of that too is looking at our Mills Act. There's a lot of Mills Act contracts here.
Yeah.
We've had some good actors and we have had some bad actors. I think the Mills Act program needs a hard reset. Mills Act is a way to increase investment back into the historic preservation properties, but those property owners need to be holding up their end of the bargain as well, and they need to be investing in their property. If they are not, then their agreements either need to be terminated, right? Which there's termination or non-renewal. Termination means they will have to repay their property taxes back. I'm all for termination if they didn't hold their end of the deal. Now, if they're meeting their expectations, they're meeting their contractual obligations, fair game, right? We agreed to that agreement, but balancing the Mills Act as well and hard resetting the program and limiting the number of Mills Act applications that we have, I think will help us balance the needs as well.
Okay, that's exciting. Let's talk about the fountain. I know you had spoken quite some time ago, probably when you first came on board, about the fountain and ways to keep the community safe, keep the fountain safe. Do we have any updates on what that might look like?
We do. Wonderful question. A couple city council meetings ago, we reviewed traffic impacts and some of the accidents that have occurred into the fountain. I don't have hard numbers with me, but well over 80% are from DUI drivers. Again, how do you prevent DUI drivers? It's going to happen. We just need to make it more safe for innocent people. It's the mothers, it's the children who are sitting there, it's the visitors who are walking around the fountain, it's the Chapman students who are reading a book on the bench and studying there. So the city council, at a couple meetings ago, directed the city staff to install additional bollards that are in the street. The bollards will help protect innocent life. One thing, and as silly as it sounds, OPD has sort of these beer goggles, right? We take them to the DARE programs, we take them to the children's schools. Let's go put those beer goggles on. Let's go stand in the middle of the street and let's see what the drunk drivers see. Right? It is an exercise. Let's test this hypothesis. Right? Let's test that hypothesis. And is there something that we can do better? As you stand in the middle of the street and you look from east to west, you do see lights. Is it this deer in headlight approach and model? If you see lights, okay, the road just must go through. So do we allow the trees and the vegetation to grow a little bit more, which will block some lights in the distance? Perhaps that can help. But nobody has the perfect answer. Nobody has the solution. All we can do is try. Let's try something. If it works, great. If it doesn't work, let's try something else. But that first step is going to be the ball where the city council has already approved it. It's with our traffic engineering department who is completing and plans and specs, and we'll go out to bid in the future.
Awesome, thank you. I'll take a little break for questions in case anyone has any. Oh, I just see one.
Sir?
The Hoffman radiator parcel across from Snooze, right there in Old Town. Do you have an update on that? What's going on there?
I am unfamiliar with the Hoffman radiator parcel.
It's right across from
Next to District Lounge.
next to the district.
I don't have an update off the top of my head, and I don't want to fumble through it. I'll give you my business card and I'll take a look after this.
Who's your favorite council person? That is really inappropriate.
All seven.
I don't know why he asked
All
you for
seven
it.
of the letters you got up on the Just kidding.
But one more question. I will say, and that's just because two are in the audience, this is the best city council I've ever worked with.
Oh.
You know, again, why? They deeply care for the community. It's not for higher office. They went to high school here. They grew up here. They are in it for the right reasons. Again, not just because you're sitting here. You're very present. You do what's right for the community, and I commend you for that. I'm going to hate to see you go when you turn it out. It's going to be a shame, but it's been great working for you.
Notice all councilors so present in the community,
Mhm.
which is nice. So one of the things we talked about earlier is, or you and I before this day, is partnership with the chamber. And I know you expressed that's really important to you. So we've got our business community here, some regular community members as well. But tell us about how you see that partnership.
I mean, I love the Chamber of Commerce, right?
Yeah.
I absolutely think we need to partner. Our point of contact is going to be the new individual that we're hiring here in a couple of weeks. But again, the Chamber of Commerce is successful, the city is going to be successful. We should work together. You hear from the business community quite often what's working, what isn't working. I want that open door, and you're not going to hurt my feelings at all. Please come to me with some of the problems and some of the issues that you're dealing with so we can help. If I don't know about it, we can't help, right? So I see that kind of being a partnership. I mean, you have your ears on the street. Please relay that information to my office and over to City Hall. If there's improvements or process improvements that we can look at, again, speed up some of the permitting, speed up some of the entitlement process. Again, we want to hear that. That said, if the city does something, we need your help marketing, right? You're a mouthpiece to the business community, so we should be leveraging you in the Chamber of Commerce and your network to get some information out there to the business community and to Orange as a whole, and to Orange County, the greater region as a whole. So I absolutely see a partnership, a stronger partnership in our future, not that we haven't had it before, right? But we need to be in lockstep working together. Again, you succeed, we succeed, and everybody wants to succeed.
We'd love to hear that. Any questions, any more questions from our business community?
Just one more for you. This is kind of a tough one, I think, but I think one that a lot of cities are dealing and grappling with, and that is that we had some legislation last year at the state level that would require some high density, well, it would allow for high density housing developments around transit districts. There's some question about whether or not some of that applies to Orange County. There's cleanup legislation that's being floated right now in Sacramento, but curious if you can sort of talk about the need for economic development and revitalization in the city, while also balancing the needs for the Old Town historic preservation area, and how that balance is going to be struck here by the cities.
You're right. There's Sacramento is adopting legislation every single day. It feels like that is rolling out. Sacramento is a lot different than Southern California, unfortunately, in the Orange County region as a whole in our transit districts, and especially in Old Town Orange. We're working with our lobbyists right now. We have Townsend Public Affairs on retainer. We have weekly phone calls with them about what's coming down the pipeline. What I will say is it's about smart growth. As projects come in, it doesn't mean rubber stamp approvals on our aspect. We need to understand SB 79 better than the developers, better than the community. Not in a way where we fight it, right? If we fight it, only the attorneys win at the end of the day. It's strung out in courtrooms. We may have a project at the end of the day, we may not, but it's about smart growth and development. So it really is working with the developers, letting them know what our concerns are with the project and can we design around it. But yeah, there's some bills coming out of Sacramento that are going to be very interesting, especially with the Metrolink station in OTO. We do own the property, I will say, which is a good thing. We own the property, we control the property. So it's about smart growth and working with the developers on a case-by-case basis as they come in.
Any other questions? Pat?
Do you want to talk a little bit about, you mentioned it earlier, Sully Miller property out in East Orange and
Sure.
what the last go around and where we're at?
Yeah, right. So Sun Miller, the old landfill and depot on the east side of Orange, is closer than it's ever been, I think, to restoration. There's a development that was approved in 2019-2020 by Milan. The first piece of this puzzle is the Mayberry 22 development. So there's going to be 22 new homes in the Mayberry Ranch community, right adjacent to it. D.R. Horton is the builder. They have all their permits and their entitlements, and they're clearing the ground on the site as we can see right now. There's a lot of dirt and fill material that they have to truck in. There's expected to be about 3 months worth of trucking operations. So that project to me is just, again, one piece of this puzzle. With that project, well, not with it simultaneously, the city was able to acquire 30 acres of open space that kind of stretches around the property and adjacent to the creek. Wonderful. I love that. The final piece of this is going to be what we're calling the landify, what I'm calling the landify piece. This is the Sully Miller site as we know it. There's a company from overseas, Landify, it's a French company, who has expertise in working with these brownfields, these depots, in restoring them. The long-term goal, the long-term play is to preserve the Sully Miller site as an open space reserve. We don't know what the final landforms are going to look like just yet. The current property owner, us, and Landify are having meetings with the LEA, the local enforcement agency. In this case, it's the County of Orange. There's the Santa Ana Regional Water Quality Control Board. There's a number of associations and regulatory agencies that we have to deal with. I have a meeting on Monday, bi-weekly. We set up bi-weekly meetings to work through this. So sometime this summer, I expect to see an agreement come back to the City Council with what this process looks like. Currently held by Milan through the restoration of the open space reserve and the habitat. The property will transfer to Landify. And then at the end of the day, when we get this clean bill of health, everything's been remediated, the site is clean, here is the final landform concept, the city will retain it in perpetuity for open space reserve. I mean, as a kid, it's looked like it was as a kid. 20, 30 years ago, I was on my way to Ridgeline Golf Course, right? We were driving by with what it looks like. So again, we are so close. There's still a mountain of work to do. No pun intended, but there's still a mountain of work to do. But we are closer than we've ever been to acquiring that in final form.
Sorry.
No, I'm excited.
There's a question online. Let's see.
Agent.
Which Adrian, okay. Where's Adrian? Okay, we have a revenue shortfall. What should our total budget be, not what we currently have?
Oh, that's a question I just can't answer today.
Okay.
You're gonna ask 100 different individuals and get 100 different opinions with that. Right? Again, it goes back to needs and wants.
Yes.
But we do have a revenue shortfall. There's no secret. We saw it at the city council meeting with the audit. We're not funding workers' comp. We're not funding some of our liability programs. What I can tell you what our total budget should be is a lot more than we actually budget for today. Again, one of the analogies I use is I'm going to become the Dodgers, right? The Dodgers are a world-class organization. Now, I don't personally like the Dodgers. I'm an Angels fan. Growing up here, Artie, if you're listening, please do something with the team. But we want to build a winning organization and a winning culture. I want to attract businesses to come to Orange. I want to attract new residents to come to Orange in a smart way that grows the community. So again, what should our budget be? A lot more than it is today. What it will be, I can't answer that. We will answer it together as a community through the budgeting process.
Okay. Well, before we head into some announcements, are there any final words you have for our community and business community?
No, my parting words today, thank you for having me. I am truly glad to be here. Being Orange native, I'm not chasing money, I'm not chasing any of that. I am here because I love Orange. God willing, council willing, I want to retire here. Many years from now.
Many years.
That said, I'm here to help. Again, I don't have all the answers, but I am here to help. I know plenty of people and I know where to find answers. So if there's something that I can truly help you with, small business loans, any ideas, any nuisance problems that you're having in and around your area of business, please call me, please call my office, and know that you have a friend in City Hall who will help you.
Awesome. We so appreciate that. Thank you so much for your insights.
Thank
We
you.
appreciate you.
No, absolutely.
Okay, so one thing is you will see under tables is a little card with a QR code. So we've been hosting Eggs and Issues for a number of years. It's morphed into several different things. It's changed and grown over the years. We'd love your feedback. Those of you that are here are oftentimes here pretty consistently, so your opinion means just the most to us. So before you leave, please click the QR code. If you're watching, we'll go ahead and drop a link for you guys into the chat, but please make sure and provide your input. Our next biggest event that we have is going to be State of the City. We'll hear from our Honorable Mayor Dan Slater. That's going to be on March 20th. Tickets, sponsorships, those are all available, so please go ahead and purchase your tickets. We can plan accordingly for a fantastic afternoon at Chapman University. Next, we have our multi-chamber mixer.
Yeah.
I'm like, which one is it? Not multicultural. Multi-chamber mixer. That's going to be on this Thursday at 5 p.m. Why is it like so? 5 p.m. That's going to be at the Velvet Rose, and so we're looking to see so many businesses. We have so many sponsors. So we'll see you guys for that on Thursday. Is it too late to sponsor? No. Okay. So you guys can still sponsor. You guys can still purchase tickets. So coming up in March, we have our business networking group. That's going to be featuring Gina Cunningham on the 4th. We have our Happy Mouth at Marino's on the 10th. We have a ribbon cutting when we have Divine Soul Studio on the 11th. We also have the Chamber Foundation. We have bingo on the 11th. We have our Downtown Merchants Association. Who's been to that meeting? I know you. That is a great meeting. If you have a business downtown, please make your way to that meeting. That's a great way to hear what's going on, things such as parking, all those local things. Please attend that meeting on the 12th. We have a membership orientation on the 18th, our board meeting on the 19th, State of the City on the 20th. We have our monthly mixer next month on the 26th. That's going to be hosted by EnviroCare Pest and Termite Control. And then we have our Eggs and Issues. It's going to be on the 5th Tuesday next month on the 31st. So make sure you check our social media. Stay in the loop. That's the best way to stay with us. Sean, Orange Cafe, thank you so much for hosting us today. Danish and